you want? Leave me alone.
Nikki. There's a lot of really fucking cool and just well-made Nikki videos out there. I think we need an advanced Nikki guide, you know? And I want it to be something that will be universal across every patch. So nothing in here will be outdated.
Come on over here! Come on over here! No, you flipped me off! Come on, coward! No, come on!
Garbage? Shut your mouth! Take this!
Really don't feel like wasting any time here, so I'm just gonna ask, is Nikki for you? An analysis of her strengths and weaknesses. Nikki is a anger-based punching specialist who deals a lot with CC to confirm a ton, and ton as in literally 1000 of damage. Going over her strengths real quick, one of her biggest strengths is the very unnoticeable but video game global technique of picking your fights and just being able to peace out. Nikki is almost uncontested aside from a few characters at being able to run away or chasing with her incredible Q jump range into a long, slow, or stunning E. Or if you want to run away, you can always W away, E stun your oppressors, or just disappear behind a wall. This is not even mentioning the unstoppable force that is her ultimate, which she doesn't even need to win a fight. She can very well live without it, so good on Nikki. Pair this with her being able to just jump in and start the fight with her wind-up passive Anger. She can immediately do her max damage. Even if you don't start the fight with Anger, she has Root, Slow, Knock Up, Knock Back. That makes it easier to land those like huge combos and confirm them. You can convert depending on the matchup and situation, so she's also very versatile on what moves you want to use in what order and what sequence. Part of the game because like they are really just giving out fucking shit. Yeah. Oh, look at this Oscar. Fucking killed this random girl.
Men hvad synes I til Triple Laura, this should be a big one.
Oh, I am so sorry. Like, I play Nikki and you are just so dead right here. That was awful. Sure, she did some misplays, but so did I. I almost cleanly murdered this girl here, and I didn't even have my weapon yet. Sufferings of Nikki. Pretty much all her moves have big startup lag. This makes it really hard to just throw moves out. You more so have to just hit confirm them into each other or have some sort of opportunity. Or just be really good at landing them. Second thing is that Nikki has a little bit of a stat problem. I'm guessing that's mostly because she can E 2 times in a row. So her natural growth is less than someone such as Hyun Woo, but it's not like that bad, I'd say. Fucking punch! Part 2. Ability usage in combat. W. Finding matchups to use W in is the point where your Nikki starts accelerating. Think of it a lot going against other characters like, oh, when should I use W? Should I wait and W their ult? Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. I don't want you to build a bad habit of just like only using it when you can confirm it, or you'll lose your best way to gain anger. If they're smart and they know Nikki, they're probably just gonna not use a parryable move. Feel free to use it if you see opportunity, like a U key, E, or Q, and then in the U key case, just like ult after. Action!
I wanna be... Yeah, Fortnite, you like to get...
Also, if you hit your W, it halves the cooldown. They're saying they're gonna change that at launch. And it hits 360, so... Q is the only other skill that gets reduced cooldown if you land it, and they didn't say anything about changing it at launch, so they might keep it. It's your godlike mobility, escape, and chase tool. If you feel you're gonna lose, you can just leave. If you're wondering if charging up deals more damage in a fight, here's the numbers on the screen. Also Q2, body blow, anger stacks. So feel free to farm all those hounds and chickens and get some of that pent up anger. E. If you land a anger E, it's best to just E again to confirm that huge damage, rather than the very plausible event that you just miss. If you feel too far away after the first hit, you can always just glove them. Anger E still applies the 2-second slow, so you can still go in with the huge damage and just walk up to them and then E again. Do keep in mind this is probably her slowest move, so you have to invest a lot into it to make her DPS race worth it. Nicky's ultimate is so beautiful because it's a move that really just doesn't give a fuck. You can just actually fucking fly towards someone and lock them down completely. Best used for situations like Rio trying to escape with E and she has no movement options, or matchup where you need to engage first. Anger, even on amp builds, are still really good to keep up as you're not losing damage by waiting. You're just holding on to her until a point you feel is best. Enemies might get scared of your anger E and start being more defensive, like using the Tonfa skill, which is a big advantage you can use to go in with. If it comes to it and you don't see an opportunity and you're running out, you can always just fucking ult them because there's nothing they can do but pick a god and pray anyway. You can also do this. And apparently the range increases with every level, which I kinda didn't know about, kinda crazy. Also, your pent up anger depletes slowly, so it's good to just stack up anger for like 80% in case you get into a fight. 3. Combos and tech. Q1, E, Q2 is a good basic combo as you slow and you gain rage. You can keep punching and even uppercut if you feel confident for it. But you can also W away to gain a little cooldown reduction in distance. As said, W hits 360 and they'll be slowed. Here you can either E again or just absolutely fucking obliterate their chin because Nikki is blessed with the unstoppable I'm fucking done with this poke shit ultimate. This combo does of course have flaws, but that's the beauty of Nikki. This was just one example of a sequence that's good against certain matchups. You can do whatever seems best as she's very versatile. Some things to note are that every time you Q, she will automatically cancel into a basic attack. So Q1 basic attack, Q2 basic attack. Of course if they're in range, it's doable in even a bit over a second. Your glove skill is kind of just something you want to weave in every now and then, and it actually has a pretty good range compared to your basic attack, so you can use it to catch up a bit. If you're wondering about how to take like mobs most effectively, here's a rapid fire Part 4. Stats and Objectives. This is probably the part where some stuff will maybe get outdated. I'm just gonna go through this very quickly because it's even more nerd shit. Right now we live in an age where basic attack is a good meme in solos at best. As long as permafrost does skill amp per level and slow, it's probably the most important item for first, or just in general. If you find someone with a really good gold item, but it's AP, you shouldn't feel afraid to pick it up, because she scales really good with AP actually as well. I'd say you should max E first, as you're maxing 2 abilities, and it helps you win the DPS race. But really, you can max whatever you want first, all of her abilities are pretty good to put points into. Except your passive if you're doing an amp build, as it doesn't really do anything. If you're a basic attack build, then yeah, absolutely. For runes, I'd recommend Vampiric Bloodline, as she does have some good, nice health with Omnivamp. Red Sprite if you're really just hitting hard, or maybe even Diamond Shard. Else than that, like, I think EOD Suit and Imperial Crown are pretty good on Nikki right now. Yeah. Part 5. Credits and conclusion. So when I was making this video, I maybe wanted a little help from an expert. So I contacted a guy named Feline Jesus, who then contacted a guy named Sadine, who I've also talked with, another great gentleman. And I was like, hey, do you guys have like any tech or any tips or anything like that? I'm making a like Nicky guide. And motherfuckers sent me like an entire like college essay. I'd say it was almost like half of the script or something like that. It was like these 2 absolute units, which by the way, have no idea what the fuck the uppercut math is. So here you go, here it is, explained by Sadine. Thank you, very cool. They were really nice and motivating, especially for a guy who has uploaded literally 0 videos. So just like from me to you, like, hey man, thanks. If you ever need help with something, like, you know, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're like a trinity force of Nikki enjoyers, but maybe I'll find more with this video. And if you have any questions or anything you want to say or talk to me about, I have Discord in the description. I don't care when or what you text me. As an outro, I decided to ask them, these 2, what do you enjoy about Nikki? What makes the character fun for you? And I'm just gonna have this on the screen, and just enjoy the fucking character. Bye, I guess.